Alright, let's get you started on the path to becoming a paraprofessional or substitute teacher in Georgia with your high school diploma. Here's a breakdown you can use to guide someone through the process. In Georgia, the requirements to become a paraprofessional or a substitute teacher with just a high school diploma are a bit different. Generally, becoming a paraprofessional has more straightforward entry-level requirements. Substitute teaching often involves meeting specific educational benchmarks or passing assessments. Think of a paraprofessional as a valuable support person in the classroom, working alongside the lead teacher to help students succeed. Please understand the basic requirements. In Georgia, the minimum requirement to be a paraprofessional is typically a high school diploma or GED. However, many school districts prefer or require candidates to have one of the following: an associate's degree or higher, 2 years, 60 semester hours of college credit, passing the Para-Pro assessment. Put a lot of focus on the Para-Pro assessment. If you don't have college credit, this is your primary path. The Para-Pro assessment is a standardized test that measures skills and knowledge in reading, writing, and mathematics, as well as their application in an instructional setting. The Para-Pro assessment is a standardized test that measures skills and knowledge in reading, writing, and mathematics, as well as their application in an instructional setting. 1. Purchase or find free study guides online specifically for the Para-Pro assessment. Educational Testing Service, ETS, the creator of the test, often has resources. Take practice tests to get familiar with the format and types of questions. Brush up on your high school level math, grammar, and reading comprehension. You can usually register for the Para-Pro assessment through the ETS website or directly through some school districts or educational service agencies. There is a fee associated with the test. Make a list of the public and private school districts in your area, like Douglasville, Cobb, or surrounding counties. Don't forget to check specific district requirements. While the state has general guidelines, individual school districts can have additional requirements or preferences. Visit the Careers or Employment sections of their websites. Look for paraprofessional, instructional aide, or teacher assistant positions. Fix your resume and highlight any experience working with children in educational settings, even volunteer work, or in roles that demonstrate responsibility, patience, and communication skills. Tailor each cover letter to the specific school district and position you're applying for. Explain why you're interested in being a paraprofessional and how your skills and experiences make you a good fit. Be prepared to provide a copy of your high school diploma or GED. If you took the Para-Pro exam, you'll likely need to submit your scores. Have a list of people who can speak to your skills and character. Apply for positions and follow the application instructions provided by each school district. This usually involves an online application process. If your application is successful, you'll likely be invited for an interview. Be prepared to answer questions about your interest in education, your skills, and how you would support students and teachers. You will also need to undergo a background check. Substitute teaching in Georgia with only a high school diploma can be more challenging, as many districts prefer or require some college coursework. However, it's still possible in some cases, especially if there's a high need. The Georgia Professional Standards Commission, GAPSC, sets minimum standards, but individual school districts have significant autonomy in setting their own requirements for substitute teachers. Generally, you'll need at least a high school diploma or GED. However, many districts prefer or require some college credit, e.g., an associate's degree or a certain number of semester hours. A bachelor's degree, this is becoming increasingly common. Passing a background check. Be sure to focus on districts that accept a high school diploma. Your first step is to research school districts in your area and specifically look at their requirements for substitute teachers. Check their websites or contact their HR departments directly. Some smaller or more rural districts might have more flexible requirements. Consider obtaining additional qualifications. While your goal is to start with a high school diploma, be aware that having some college coursework or passing the Para-Pro assessment could significantly increase your chances of being hired as a substitute. Prepare your application materials and highlight any experience working with children, teaching, tutoring, or leading groups. Express your interest in substitute teaching and your ability to manage a classroom and follow lesson plans. Provide your high school diploma or GED. Include references who can speak to your responsibility, communication skills, and ability to work with others. Apply to specific school districts. Once you find districts that accept a high school diploma for substitute teachers, follow their application procedures. Be prepared for an interview where you might be asked about classroom management techniques, your ability to follow instructions, and how you would handle different student situations. A thorough background check will also be required. Some districts may require substitute teachers to attend a brief training session on school policies and procedures. You will be required to undergo a criminal background check and fingerprinting for both paraprofessional and substitute teaching positions. Be professional in all your interactions, like your application, the interview, and on the job. Be patient and flexible because working in schools requires patience, adaptability, and a genuine interest in supporting students. Sometimes, knowing people within a school district can be helpful. Consider attending school events or volunteering to make connections. Good luck, and remember to emphasize the importance of checking individual school district websites, as requirements can vary significantly across Georgia. Let me know if you have any other questions.